Here's a message that I'm sending to you. You can do what you wanna do. A little work never hurt no one. It's the only way to get things done. Put your mind to it, go for it. Get down and break a sweat, rock and roll. You ain't seen nothing yet. If you have not seen the Hot Sunday
no
video,
clue what's going on right now.
On Saved by the Bell.
Dude, it's good.
Good old
I don't
So
remember.
good.
I don't
Kelly
remember, man.
Kapowski,
That's the one.
Jesse Spano, and
When
Lisa
Jesse gets
Turtle.
addicted to caffeine pills.
Yeah, that's the I'm
yeah.
So Scared
Okay.
episode.
Okay.
Classic.
Man, we should.
Iconic.
Is that free on YouTube yet? Saved by the Bell?
No.
'Cause
Well, I'm sure
God,
that people have put it on there.
That would
but-
be.
Should be-
Let's
it-
watch.
I think it was
That would be
taken.
awesome.
I think it was
Getting
taken
saved.
off of.
Let's look it up.
Well,
off
we
of
could
Netflix.
we technically could do it because we could just do a display capture on use Streamlabs OBS to do a video capture.
Or we just not monetize it.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But
That'd be
hey,
funny. Let's get saved.
Yeah, for sure.
Holy shit, that would be really funny.
Well, get saved. Welcome back to Table Rules.
Welcome
back to this madness. Here's what we're doing. We're talking about Saved by the Bell at the moment, but we're gonna
You
shift
get that?
over to D&D.
Where you can't get your ears to pop?
Oh yeah, it's Bad News Bears. Saved by the Bell.
Are they on there?
It used to be on Netflix, but I don't think that it is
I think
anymore.
they took it off.
Yeah,
Which
is a
Oh,
goddamn
you know what?
shame.
No, yeah, it is off.
No,
In
they don't-
fact,
no, they don't have it on.
When they
YouTube.
released it on Netflix, they used Good Morning Miss Bliss as the first season.
That's
because that was a separate show that ran, which led into Saved by the Bell.
that was actually the pilot.
Yeah. Well, there was a whole season of it, so they just used that as the first season for Saved by the Bell.
What a great show, man.
Yeah.
That's a fucking fantastic show.
Pretty ridiculous, but
What was the girl in the background's name? Marta?
Margot Mason.
Margot, yeah.
Margot Mason. I put a picture of her on the screen. That
Right
is
here.
my.
Here she is.
That's my gal.
Yeah.
So back into D&D world.
Email corner time.
Email
Get any
corner
new emails?
happy joy time. We're gonna go back to more Trollface,
Yes,
right?
Trollface.
Because Trollface, he's the man. He really is the man. You know, he really is aptly
He
named.
literally sent us, in one email, 20 questions.
Oh, I know. It doesn't surprise me. He's
And they're
he's
numbered.
an overachiever, man. Because he's
like
a
it.
creator. Go check
I
out his
like it.
channel. He's a creator, so he knows.
He makes my job easy.
Yeah, man. He knows he makes all of our jobs easy. You make us look good,
I
man.
don't know what's going on. Why am I getting feedback?
Holy crap, look at the guy's head going.
Oh my gosh, Groot. Relax.
That is quite the bobblehead.
None of these are baubles. Look at Danny.
I have all the bubbles.
She's even as a weird Funko head, she's
See?
beautiful.
I have all the bubbles.
Oh my God. What, Professor X? That's so sad.
I'm a bobble.
All right, what are we doing?
All right. How do you feel about?
Oh, he's having a good time.
What is this?
I just shut down.
What are you?
He's been taken over.
Oh my God.
He's a Russian sleeper agent.
Restart Warren. It's like you're a goddamn Cylon.
No, we literally just answered this question, so I'm like,
Oh, is that the dice question?
Yeah.
No, I was asking about Saved by the Bell. So thank God.
That's what'll throw you off track.
Here we go. This is a good one. What to do about suspected cheaters? For example, dishonest rollers, HP spell slots, or gold mistrackers, or purposeful rule breaking when it comes to abilities or spells.
Call them out.
Call him out.
Away from the table. You don't want to front anybody out, especially if you're wrong. That's embarrassing. But I would say after the session, talk to the person. And a lot of times, if they are cheating or doing any of that nefarious stuff, they might be doing it just because they're getting away with it. A lot of times people will do stuff and they'll just keep doing it if nobody calls them out.
Yeah.
So I think if you're the DM, you just step aside, or even another player, and just step aside and be like, hey, what's going on? And then just kind of see what happens from there if they keep doing it.
Yeah, like, why are you doing that?
I would say that you need to have pretty good proof.
Now, also, as a player to player,
Right.
you need to realize that they might be doing it as their character, and the DM already knows about it.
That's true.
So it might be a story thing.
It could be like deep role play.
So don't call someone out if you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's true. I would say as a player that you should
Ask them off.
you should approach them, and you should also approach the DM about it.
Nope, that's how you get your pitchforks and you just fucking yell and scream at people.
Just like, hey, because I really do believe, I feel like if people are doing, especially if it's something like fudging rolls, that is something I think that people, if they were called down on it, would not do.
Yep.
I think that for the most part, if somebody is doing that, they're doing it just because that's how they're doing it, and nobody's saying anything. And if someone were to call them out, they would be like, oh, okay, well, I can't do that anymore. And then I would say if it continues.
But if they blatantly do it in the middle of the session and you know it happened, penalties. Penalties.
Yeah.
Penalties,
hit them with those
penalties,
penalties, man.
Pentalties.
Penalties.
Right up there in the Teton Mountains.
Yeah, those Teton penalties. Those are the worst. Yeah,
Thanks,
no,
guys.
I agree with that. If it's blatant, then they deserve to be called out at the table, and then you could just make them roll with disadvantage or whatever you want to do.
Ooh. Best way to deal with rule arguments in the middle of a session, because we've had this numerous times.
Look it up.
I mean, obviously the DM has the final call. But yeah, look it up. How hard is that?
They make books,
especially these days.
and-
You youngsters these days.
Do you have the
Just pull that shit up
D20
online,
PFSRD
anywhere.
or
So you don't even have to worry about having the books handy.
Yeah.
You just have the
Google it?
yeah. So Google it, and then really at the end of the day, I think that the DM makes the call as to whether that rule is followed or not.
Yep.
Which you end up being pissy about it as a player, but you have to. I think that part of the game as the player is respecting the fact that the DM is the god of the world.
Yeah.
So it's ultimately up to them. Yeah, I think that arguments in general should be resolved that way. It's just like, look, you got to realize that the DM is the DM for a reason. They're the cat wrangler. They're the one that's got to keep shit moving. So,
And if the DM doesn't like, there's times where I've been a DM and I didn't know a rule,
yeah,
and someone wanted to argue about it. I was like, no, well, okay, I understand that's a rule, but we're not going to play it like that.
Yeah.
Because it's my world.
I think that that's totally fine. Because I've done that. And, and I've talked about this in other episodes about like about Gygax talking about the DMs and the rules not mattering. It's like, it gets to a point where it's just like, you're not going to hurt anybody's feelings by going off the book.
Yeah.
Also, if you're so married to those rules, maybe D&D is not the game for you.
Yeah.
Ooh. This is a good question because I do this a lot. Eating at the table, yay or nay? Also, what about some electronics use or... Also, what about some electronic use so long that a player is still not paying attention?
Eating at the table? I'm fine.
Yeah,
with
eating
that.
at the table,
Unless we're recording.
100%. Because, I mean...
Just kindergarten rules, right?
Yeah.
Just don't be a slob.
Yeah.
Don't spill
Share.
shit all over the place. Yeah,
Share.
offer, whatever.
But,
And
Electronics, that's fine. As long as you're not like on your phone the entire time.
Yeah.
yeah. And
That's kind of
also,
annoying.
and that's another thing I think where it's like if you're doing something instead of playing, then
Why are you playing?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's, for me, and listen, I'm somebody who's married to the phone. I am on I'm on this sucker from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep.
Yeah.
But when we're playing the campaign, the only reason I'm using my phone is for my character sheet.
Yep.
Because you miss out on shit. Even if your character isn't doing anything, it's important for you to understand what's going on.
Now,
And it's cool to know what's going on because, if Rigsby and Justen are having a conversation, if their characters are having a conversation about something and I'm not involved in it, I still want to listen because their conversation is going to dictate what I do or say.
Unless if you're not in that room, if you are trying not to metagame, then that's perfectly fine. It's like, okay, you're not involved in this. You're in a whole different area. We'll come back to you you can be on your phone.
No, I don't like when people get on their phones. That's just annoying. Unless
Yeah.
you're like looking up a rule, I just don't. Like if you're just sitting there on Reddit doing your thing on Reddit, like why the fuck are you even here?
Yeah.
That's one thing that
that's
pisses
true.
me off really bad.
As long like what I'm
As you
trying
can
to say, if it's
I get what you're saying, but you know what I mean? Like just pretend your character didn't hear it.
yeah.
I just don't like when people are on their phones doing that, and then they're like, oh, what's going on? I hate that.
That's ridiculous.
That shit pisses me off.
You should never do it to a detriment of not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you're on the phone when stuff is happening, you are almost certainly going to not know what's going on.
Right.
So, that's the thing. And as the DM, I would say I would treat it just like anything else, like cheating or being a mean or whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, you get a warning about it, and then eventually, like if it's something that persists that's detrimental to the game.
Yeah.
It's also that's on the DM. Electronics is on DM. And we all know him when he DMs. We all know not to be on our phones.
Well, I also don't like it when we're just playing board games. Like if I'm there to hang out with people.
Yep.
Don't be on your phone.
If you're doing something that involves structure, then, being on your phone is for like when you aren't doing anything else. Like if you're just hanging out or you're like waiting on a bus or something.
Right.
But if you've actively made the decision, hey, we're going to do X activity.
Right.
You wouldn't be if you were playing football, you wouldn't be standing out in the field on your phone because you'd get fucked up real quick. So like it shouldn't be different for board games or tabletop games or anything that you're like engaged with other people, because not only are you cheating yourself out of the experience by not being fully engaged with what's going on, but it's really disrespectful to the other people who are sacrificing their time and energy to do that thing.
If it has something to do with the game, or if we're playing a board game and we need somebody's like, hey, put some music on, that's a different thing. But
no, I'm just saying like, fucking surfing.
yeah,
Like surfing, like,
surfing is a
right.
whole different animal. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of it every once in a while.
Well,
Everybody is. But
Yep.
let's try and mix
Spontaneous dice roll.
Uh-oh.
what's going on?
that. We're rolling dice.
I hate you. All right,
I'm
so
gonna put
you're
another rim
both
shot in there.
you were both on your phones. Give me a
I'm looking at porn.
Yeah, I'm looking at. Well, let's not talk about what I'm looking at.
All right, I want to roll to
All right.
send Chaz a virus.
oh.
Oh. Uh-oh. All right.
no.
Yeah, so what the virus does is it, at the most inopportune times, it lets out a moan.
Oh my god, like a porno moan.
Yep.
All right, so I'm
I
gonna
hate
roll.
those videos.
I'm gonna
man.
roll for how many moans happen and how long they happen. So the first roll is how many moans? 12 moans.
Oh, great.
Is this in
Every
minutes? Oh, every.
19 seconds.
For how long?
So it's 12 minutes.
6 hours.
My god,
Enjoy that.
that is the worst virus ever.
12 moans
Every 6 hours.
Every 19 seconds.
And it doesn't matter if I turn my phone volume off.
Right.
Oh my god.
Okay,
It's
cool.
just
Don't go to church, am I right?
Well, it just so happens that we're at church.
It vibrates, and you know how like on the side of the road when you like hit the warning
yeah.
vibrate. That's it vibrates in the sound of the moan.
Oh, I got you.
So it's like
Great.
Oh god, that's awful.
What a sweet virus.
Every 19 seconds for 6 hours?
yep.
That is so many.
12 times.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
So as
So
soon,
let's see. So how many minutes is 6 hours? 60 times 6, 360 minutes
Divided by
divided
19.
by divided by 60,
Oh, yeah.
which is
Did you just do 60 multiplied by 6?
Yes, I did. Don't worry about
every
me,
19
man.
seconds.
I'm not good at math. So it'd be 3 times a minute, basically. So it'd be 3 times 360, 1,080 moans.
Sweet.
That's what I'm gonna have to deal with for the next 6 hours.
Just
That's
stay in your
awful.
room.
All right, give me a
Absolutely
Give me
hate
a-
those videos.
it's a mental check.
A moan check?
No, mental check.
Like an intelligence check?
Oh, no, a will save.
16.
Give me a 16 for will.
Oh my god, do I die?
No, you just vigorously masturbate for for the for 6
For
hours.
6 hours.
Oh, man.
Gee whiz. It does suck considering that they're 19-second breaks. That's turned into some weird stuff. Man, we took a hard left turn into Strangeville, didn't we? Stranger Things.
Ooh.
Coming this summer.
Yeah. Is it again?
Yeah, dude.
Season 3?
Fall.
Yeah.
It's should come.
Wrong. Summer.
Whoa.
It's
No.
it's for July 4th.
I started seeing the
speaking-
second season.
Speaking of
What?
seasons, the last season of Bum, bum, ba, ba, bum.
Yeah, Super Fucking
Game of
Bum.
Thrones. Peter Dinklage. Yeah.
Oh,
Finally. You know what? I've come to terms with that series. I'm going to just be happy that it's over. It's just, it's been hanging over my head for the last couple of years, and it pisses me off that they just don't give a shit, and they're just like, you'll get it when we get it.
No, they're
So,
trying to make it the best they possibly can.
I'm happy that it's just going to be over.
everything that you just said is gonna get covered up because you gotta bleep this mother.
Oh, no, that's fine. He'll be bleeped.
Goodbye.
See you around.
Right.